Welcome everybody to Project RAV4, and in this one we're actually going to start doing the wrap on the car. We're going to start with the door. So what I've done, the best way to do it, but not everyone is always able to do all this. I am a mechanic by trade, so it's easy for me. But what I've done is I've removed the door handle, I've removed all the plastics because we're going to be doing all the plastics. I've removed the top trim across the window here. Sorry. Yeah. There's a top trim here, you see, which sits like there between the two, and I'm going to do the window in two sections as well. So I'm going to do the bottom half and then I'm going to do the top half because there's a trim that breaks the two up, so we're going to do that. So I've done that. I have cleaned it all down, so the best thing you want to do is give it as best clean as you possibly can. Clay barred it, get some clay bar. It's like a Maguire's thing, so basically what it does is you rub it over, you've got spray and then you rub it over and then it collects all the little bits and bobs that are on it. So I have gone over it and clay barred it all, and from that, some microfiber cloths, and then this is some isopropyl alcohol. Now I got all this from CK Wrap, so I have watched a lot of his videos, and you may be asking, like, what's my knowledge of wrapping? And I actually did pay £3,000 to do like a wrapping course. So I am actually a certified vehicle wrapper. Does that mean that I'm any good? Probably not. But I do like to do a pretty thorough job, so I'm happy with everything I do. Yeah, so as I say, everything comes off from that. I'd like to say I'm a pretty good wrapper. I've seen like a lot of stuff that comes out, and you know, even like high-end vehicles, you go up to it close and some of the quality is really not that great. So yeah, I like to think I'm pretty good from what I can do, but as I say, a full-time mechanic is my main job, buy and sell cars and stuff, and this is sort of like a project car for a friend of mine who wanted to buy it off of me, so we're going to do that. So I've rubbed it all down with the isopropyl alcohol, and next you need to get some tape. You can get the 3M blue tape, which I did have, but I lost it. But then this is called coral tape. This is from Amazon. This was like half price. This is 50 metres, and it was £4.99 rather than £8. So basically half price. What we're going to do is we're just going to tape off the door, both sides. The reason we're going to do that is because when you apply it, it will stick, because you have to have an overlap. It will stick to the other side. So by putting this, it works. No, it doesn't do that. So we're going to open the door. Why are the keys still in this? And then we're just going to like. Doesn't really make too much difference, to be fair. And then the other things we're going to be using is we're going to be using some cutting, like some design line cutting tape, but not design line. Ow! Always happens. So there we go. So we taped off both doors inside. So as I was saying, if this is your first time wrapping, you probably haven't got too much stuff, but hopefully you've bought the vinyl and you've bought some basic tools. Now basic tools would be like a application tool to put it on, and then, ow, that is sharp. Make sure that things aren't pointing up. And then you're obviously a 30-degree knife. So I mean, that's the bare minimum you need to do it. Obviously I've gone out and bought a few extra bits over the time. I've got a tool here which is good for tucking it in around the doors. Probably more on the other door because it's hard to get through from that. We've got the tape, we've got the vinyl cutter, so then you can cut that nice and quickly from there. This is design line, but this is a cheaper version of it. It's just as good. So this is to put on, and then you basically tear this off and it cuts the vinyl, so you don't have to cut on the car. Nice, like straight lines through from that. And then obviously we've got the application glove, which sort of helps get it all through. So this is what we've got in our utility belt, as it was. What we're going to need to do is we're going to actually need to measure how big a piece we're going to need to get. So the door like itself is 16 inches or say 42 centimetres, but we need to give ourselves like at least 1.5 inches either way, just to go with it. So if we did that, we'll say 19 inches, 48 centimetres. So 19 inches, and then width wise we'll do the same sort of thing. So we'll go 125, but then I like to move it out just to the edge of the tape really. So 52 long by 19, and then we'll get the vinyl. This is the colour we are doing. And it's some pink stuff. This is Hexes, okay? Fuchsia Matte it's called. So we're going with Hexes because it's because it's a good price. I think it's £22 plus VAT per metre, or per 1 metre, but it's by 1.52 is the length by 1 metre in length. So it's not a bad price, and it's a good product. And anyone can go on there and register and buy it. So you don't need to set up an independent account anywhere or do any of that. So you can just go in, and buy it. So it's good. And I've used it before to do full wraps with it, and it's it's okay. It's pretty good. So what did I say? Measurement. So let's just check. So we don't have any directional lines on this paper, so that's good. Alright. There's a Hexes line on the tape here, on the cover. You can see a Hexes line. So if I go this side of the Hexes line, and that should be good. Right, there we go. Perfect. And then here's my utility belt. Do is put the vinyl in here for a second. It's on the floor. I'm going to give it another wipe over quickly because you really can't stress enough how any piece of dirt just can be shown up on it. So I'm not going to do the design on the top because it's an open window, so I can do that. But what I will do is I will put this along the bottom so we can get a nice clean line, and then I'll put it right along the bottom here, which is below where when the cover goes, because these are massive plastic covers, so when the plastic covers come back on it, it'll be way below that. That's it, you just put that on there like that, press it on, make sure it's in, and then when you come to peel it, that'll be that. That'll be fine, so we can just cut that out. We've got these bits on here, which is good. The top bit of the window, I'm not going to worry about. We'll just cut that in through there because I can see where that goes. Right. And we'll get the vinyl, and then we'll place it where it needs to go. That's why we use these. I like to put it on the outside of the actual bit of where we're going to put it. Where's the other one? So that's that. Let's steer. We've got enough cover through from there. Enough coverage at the bottom as well. Beautiful. Very bright colour. Very, very bright. And then my cutty thing. Oh, this is the worst bit of me. I'm going to put things back. And then I'm going to cut this bit off. The reason why we're going to cut it off is because you never know what you're going to need an offcut for. So we'll keep that. So there we go, so that's on the door now. One key thing I forgot to mention is a heat gun. The heat gun is very important because this is what you need to post heat. This is what you need to do to post heat once you've installed the vinyl. to get all the bubbles and secures it in. And you can do it with a hairdryer, take you forever. This is a DeWalt one, it was about 80 quid. You can get cheaper ones to do the same thing. It's just got to be a hot gun, basically. That's it. So, now we've got the vinyl one from there. I shall apply my glove. It just helps the bits and bobs. And then I like to do it in two halves as well. So what I'll do is I'll move this to here. And then separate the vinyl from the backing. Like this. Attach it there. And you go underneath here and then take it off. All the way along. Like that. So then we have the vinyl attached. Now if we sort of just put like, I don't want to get in the way too much, sort of the camera, so I'm actually just going to move you around a bit here. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to take it off. This is why you buy a better quality vinyl, because it doesn't stick as much. You can actually take it off. And then sort of stretch the corners like that. And like that, see? And then we'll probably put in about here, put like a line. Put like an anchor point line there. Yeah. Then we'll do the same this side. Through from there. Oh, come on. Oh. Let's get this in. And then we can start applying it. And we're just moving all the bubbles out. Hold the thing at like a 45-degree angle. Right, so obviously not. People always do loads of heating and all this crud. You don't really, shouldn't really need to heat like much of it, if any of it, to be fair. You know, you should just lay. Just want to make sure this is the door bit. I'll just pull it up again from here. Hold it up a bit. Because we've got like a bit of door there. You can see you can just use your hand as well. Just to get it all in like that. And then that's the door. So we're all done. All along the top here. That's that whole section. Well, there we go. We haven't locked in anything here yet. So. Have a bit down there, so that's cool. So that's all on there like that. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to heat it up, and then this is where any imperfections and stuff are going to come out, or any trapped bits of air and stuff. So. It's looking alright to me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my little angle cutter and then run this down here between the gaps. Oh, I've just cut that bit of tape off. Did I cut that tape? I did. Ah! So that's that bit, so we can fold that in there. But I've got one more attempt here to cut the bottom bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, here we go. You hold it, you pinch it, and you put it, and then this will come all the way along. All the way along. There we go. And then that's cut all the way along there. And then you've got the two pieces as well along it, which comes out there like that. Oh, I've got a bit of a cold today. And then we need to just, because that's lifted that little bit there, we'll just push that in there. But that bit's that done. That's good, so we can open the door and get that bit in. And I'll use the same tool up here. So that's that bit done there. And then put some tool back up to the side, obviously. This is my corner bit, but we've got up here, need the angled cutter, and we'll just cut. You have to always make sure as well you've got a super sharp bit of blade. And what we'll do is we'll cut super lightly. Across here. We don't cut the car. That. We'll cut these off. Cut these off. Put that on the side. So I've got to cut parts on the side there. Section. It's off. It's off. It's off. There as well. So that's the top bit done, which we'll go over again with the heat gun in a minute, and the door. But because we've got this section here as well, what we'll do is we'll just do like a massive relief cut in here. So this is where the handle and everything's going to go back in. So as long as we've got the outer edge like that, the rest of it can just be removed. Like that. Like that. And push it in. You alright?
Yeah, it's amazing. I'm dishing up, okay?
Dishing up, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
About 3 minutes or something.
Alright, then.
Is that pretty right?
Yeah, yeah.
That looks amazing. I love that colour.
It's a nice colour, isn't it?
It is really nice. Oh, I really like it. It's really incredible when it's done.
Hopefully.
Like, absolutely unique.
Right, so that's that bit done. We'll go to the door from the inside. We'll make sure that, yeah. I'm going to fold these bits in first because it's catching. That's why I've got this tool here. You can buy all these bits on hits website where I can afford them. So, like, for 12 quid or whatever, it makes a difference. Yeah. Now we can open the door without it catching. And then, same on this side, we can just fold it down, but we can use our finger on this one. And then we don't have too much overhang either. From the door, like too much like paint, too much vinyl overhanging it. That's why it's always good to make sure that you clean inside the doors as well. And that's why you post heat it as well, so it doesn't lift back. So there we go. That's the first panel wrapped on the RAV. Let's have a little look. I'll show you. So here we go. This is the door handle that we did. So we've gone all down there. Inside all around there. And then obviously this is the bit up here that I was talking about. We've cut it all in along there. I'll open the door so you can see the inside. So we've just got like that tiny bit that runs along down there. And we'll just remove the paint, the paper, sorry. And then we're going to be keeping with the black handles because we are going to be having some black accents on the car. So that's how it's going to be looking. Well, I think that looks pretty good. Breaks it up a little bit. So there we go. That's the first panel. That's the first panel wrapped. If you found the video useful or you're interested to find out how the rest of it's going to be going, probably going to do a video on every panel just so I can build up some YouTube videos for all this. And hopefully you didn't think my techniques were too bad. And if you learned anything from the video as well, it's always bonus because this is why we're doing it. Not for me to learn anything, but to show you how I've done it. As I say, I've probably wrapped 4 or 5 cars, not hundreds of thousands, but the more you do, the better. better you get it all. But yeah, so it's a lovely colour as well. It's going to look awesome when it's done. So thanks guys, and I'll catch you on the next one.